Author Janae Marie, and yes, I have on my glasses today because I am going to be doing some reading. Yes, I am. I'm going to be reading excerpts from my latest book, Besties. Yes, I am. Besties is actually available right now, both for Kindle and paperback, available on my website, JanaeMarieBooks.com. But right now, I want to share with you all about Besties, and I'm going to start off by reading you the synopsis before I get started reading the excerpts, okay? So, it goes as follows. They say keep your friends close and your enemies closer. But what do you do when your best friend turns out to be both? This is the question that Crystal Hall Rose has to ask herself once she finds out the truth about her longtime friend Trish Yearwood. When Crystal begins to live the fairy tale lifestyle Trish so desperately desires, she stops at nothing to sabotage Crystal's happiness, even if it means murder. With friends like this, who needs enemies, right? I'm sure we've all heard that quote before. So, and I'm sure that we've all had friends that we thought were our A1s from day one, our besties, the one that would be down for you no matter what. And then you just come to realize, like, this girl there's something wrong with her. Like, she is acting a little weird, you know. She's acting a little weird. So, let's get started on this excerpt and find out what's going on with Crystal and her best friend, Trish Yearwood. So start off with chapter 1, Wedding Bell Blues. Today was one of the most amazing days of my life, renewing my vows with my husband, Kevin Rose. I again will be pronounced Crystal Rose. My husband and I have shared so many wonderful years together. See, we didn't have the finances all those years ago for a huge, elaborate wedding. So I just could not wait to walk down the aisle towards my king. Sitting in the dressing room of the church while the bridesmaids all fussed over my hair and makeup, I saw everyone except my maid of honor, Trish Yearwood. See, we had been friends since childhood. She was my ride or die. We did everything together, even college. I now work as an anchor for a prestigious news channel, and Trish worked as a reporter. Lost in my mental trance, a friend tapped me on the shoulder. How does it look, Crystal? My bridesmaid Amanda questioned. It looks great. You always do great work when I need it. Okay, where is everybody? Where is Trish? Anyway, let's go. It's time. Oh no, I'm not ready, I squealed. Too late. I grabbed my bouquet and Amanda placed my veil over my face. We walked towards the chapel. Instantly, I felt butterflies in my stomach. Meanwhile, the pastor ran toward me in a panicked state. Sister Rose, we have a slight problem. We haven't been able to find Brother Rose nor Sister Yearwood. Oh no, I thought. I stormed into the chapel and searched around everywhere for my husband. I knew he would show up. We planned our vow renewal ceremony for over the past year. I looked all around and still couldn't find neither one of them. I didn't know what was going on. My friends approached me saying they finally found them both. I followed my bridesmaid and walked toward where they were leading me. I was sure I'd be letting my husband know that it was time to get the ceremony started. But instead, I get the biggest shock of my life. The doors flew open of the storage closet where I was told they were. My so-called husband was screwing my best friend against the wall of a freaking church in a closet. Everyone was appalled at this sight. I was truly disgusted. They were going at it until I walked up to them. All his groomsmen and my bridesmaid were standing around. They gathered themselves together and my husband just stared at me. I walked right up to them and I slapped that piss out of him. I was in a church, so I refused to curse. Trish walked right out of the room and began down the hall. I walked up to her and grabbed her arm. How the heck could you do this to me? This is my husband. What is wrong with you, Trish? What? What do you mean, what? Well, what do you mean, what? You just screwed my husband. My husband. You can't get your own man? Your man? You're so silly. You mean our man. You remember when I told you I was pregnant? Well, guess who the father is? She said, rubbing her small belly. I've been trying to ruin your life since college. It's just now that you're finally catching on. She taunted. I knew I was in the house of the Lord, but I just couldn't take it anymore. You bitch! I jumped on Trish and we began fighting. Yes, we were scrapping inside of a church. Everyone rushed over to us to break us up. I remember Amanda pulling me off Trish, attempting to hold me back, full of adrenaline. I wanted to kick her ass, as well as my husband's too. I saw him standing against the wall. He looked so pathetic. I pulled my ring off my finger and threw it at him. It's over. Give me a divorce. Go be with that hoe. I yelled before my bridesmaid walked out of the chapel. I knew Trish was a snake, but I tried to deny it. I tried to overlook it for so many years, seeing the things she did with other friends and even her sister. I just never thought she'd be the one to stab me in the back. It was plain to see that this bitch had it out for me. Sadly enough, this wasn't even the worst thing she had done to me. So, in this opening chapter of Besties, Crystal has now realized that her husband and her so-called best friend have been messing around behind her back. And not only have they been messing around behind her back, she now knows that her best friend is carrying her husband's child. Crystal doesn't even have a child by this man yet, but yet Trish does. So, who does this to their friend? Who does this to their friend? Messy, 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 messy. That's messy 5 ways from Sunday. Who does this to the friend? Or how can you call someone your friend if you're going to sleep with their man behind their back? If you're plotting to ruin their life. You can't be friends with someone who wants your life. I'm going to give y'all one more excerpt. Chapter 2. Okay. Chapter 2 is Best Friends. And I remember our days at Spelman just like it was yesterday. Amanda, Trish, and I were at the hottest party of the semester. There were cuties all over from the football and the basketball team. Let's not forget the Qs and the Kappas. That is how I first met Kevin. Little did I know he'd be a snake too. Trish was the life of the party. Guys everywhere would flock to her. I was more reserved and laid back, but I didn't let that stop me from having a good time. We were all scoping the room for a guy. I spotted a guy from the basketball team coming over to where I was standing. Hello, Miss Lady, how are you? The basketball player questioned. He had the prettiest eyes I'd ever seen. Of course, this was way before I met Kevin. I'm great, thanks for asking, I answered shyly. I'm Raul. What's your name, beautiful? He asked with the most perfect smile I ever seen. This guy was very easy on the eyes, tall, caramel complexion with brown eyes. I was in heaven. As we engaged in the conversation, here comes Trish with her flamboyant self. Hey girl, she shouted, obviously drunk. Hey, Raul, this is my friend and roommate, Trish. Nice to meet you, Trish. I've been drinking so much punch, my bladder was about to explode. I excused myself and ran straight to the bathroom. When I returned to the party, I noticed no familiar faces. I searched top to bottom for Trish and Raul and couldn't find them anywhere. I decided to find Amanda. She had been dancing with a guy from her chemistry class. I whispered to her that I couldn't find Trish. I didn't care about finding Raul anymore because jocks were kind of like big sluts around campus anyway. I was sure he wanted off with another girl. It was getting late and I had an 8 a.m. class. The time was 1:15 and people were slowly beginning to dissipate, while Amanda and I were still at the party. We couldn't leave because Trish drove us here. She was our fucking ride. So where the hell is our damn roommate? Try calling her cell phone, Amanda said in a panicked tone. I'll try. I called her phone, but of course it went straight to voicemail. Amanda? She's not answering. What the hell do you mean she's not answering? You mean she just left us here? Looks like that bitch. I can't believe she left us on the other side of town and didn't even tell us. How could she do this? How are we going to get back to school? Amanda asked. How much money do you have? We're going to have to get an Uber or something. Amanda was furious, and I don't blame her. She left us. She left us at a party all by ourselves. She left without telling us. See? I don't know why I didn't realize how self-centered Trish really was. I guess I was blind. Me and Amanda put together our cash and ordered an Uber to get back on campus. We made it back in 20 minutes and thankful to be safe. As we reached our dorm room, Amanda planned on cursing Trish out for leaving us. Once we stepped in, I saw Raul coming out of her room, buckling his belt, while Trish is standing there in some lingerie. I stood there in total disbelief. She left us for a dude. I didn't know whether to be pissed at this bitch for leaving us at the party or because she slept with the guy I was trying to get with. I tried so hard to hold on to our friendship over the years that I look back and wonder why I'd ever befriended her in the first place. Oh hey, what's up, Crystal? Raul asked as he left our room. How could you leave us at that party? We were there all alone with no ride to get home. We had to pay for an Uber. You need to fork up the cash and pay us back, Amanda yelled. So, what's the big deal? Y'all got home, didn't y'all? No one said I had to take y'all home. Just because we arrived together, it doesn't mean we have to leave together. Trish spat out with an attitude. You little bitch. Anything could have happened to us. You don't even care about your roommate? Look, Amanda, you need to chill. No, you need to chill before I whip your ass. How could you sleep with Raul? You saw me talking to him, I interjected. So, it wasn't like that was your man or anything. All guys are up for grabs. I'm not why you like me better. I won, you lost. Now, if you don't mind, it's late. I'm about to get some sleep. Trish walked away and closed the door. Amanda and I just looked at each other in disbelief. Shook her heads and turned in for the night. So, okay. Not only is this girl messy, she's completely self-centered, very narcissistic, and left her roommates at a party just because she wanted to get some D from this dude. What friend does that? What friend does that? What friend does this? I pray that you don't have a Trish in your life. But if you want to find out what happens next with these girls, you can either tune in next time when I do this, or you can go ahead and pick up the book for yourself. It's Besties, which is available now at my website, JanaeMarieBooks.com, in both ebook and paperback as well. And I'll actually be doing excerpt readings from all of my books. I'm so excited. This is something that's so fun to me. So, and I just want to connect with you, the readers. So, yeah, so just stay tuned because I will be doing this again soon. I hope you enjoyed it. So leave me some feedback or tell me what you thought. And I will catch you next time. Bye.